You know, life is a funny thing. You feel like you have everything mastered, and then you get older, and then you look back and think you really had nothing at all. I got into this game at the age of 22. There's me. How you doing? At age 22, I thought I knew everything. I had a good paying job, had money in the bank, thought I had good looks, but as you can tell now, I didn't have good looks back then. I was misguided. I didn't have confidence, and what I thought was good money wasn't good money. It was just my way of seeing through problems that I wanted to ignore. And then I got famous on the internet. Oh wow. Fame's a hard word to say. It's one of those words that you don't want to really only use loosely. But by definition, I have gotten famous on the internet. I'm a household name of people that I've never met. And it puzzles me sometimes. And the reason it puzzles me is got a lot to do with why. I'm one of the most flawed individuals you'll ever meet. I have weight problems. I had horrible confidence issues with myself, with where I was heading. And hell, even now, staring 28 down, I still don't know what I'm doing with my life. But you know what? It's going to be okay. I watched a Boogie 2988 video the other day where he basically went over how it was like to be broke. And like, that's something I have firsthand experience with. And it makes me feel like you never know what your life has in store. Boogie or Steve, he was broke most of his life. Only recently, in the last three or so years, has he came in any kind of considerable wealth. And I was lucky enough to learn the assets of being broke at a young age. And I knew being broke was not glamorous. I hear the songs. I have heard the songs, the rap songs where they want to talk about being in the ghetto and being ghetto fabulous and things like that. Nothing about the ghetto is fabulous. Nothing about cockroaches crawling on you is great. All it did was create a phobia in me. I'm scared to death of them. Water and Captain Crunch isn't as luxurious and fantastic as, rappers make it seem to be. But that's not what this commentary is about. Getting off track. It's about growing as an individual. I'm sitting here driving home right now, thinking about all the things that have to be done and all the things that I need to do. And I started thinking about something. I started thinking about my first time I put a sound system in my vehicle. It was a 91 Honda Accord. I had saved up change. I was working at a Domino's as a delivery driver, and I'd saved up pocket change. Every night I would take home the pocket change they gave me instead of whatever, $2 or $3 worth of tips. And I would keep that, and I'd put it in my jar. Well, about 6 months later, after saving $3 or something a day, I had saved up about $350. So I took it all out, and I cashed it in at a local buy-low. And after everything's said and done, I had like $322 left, because they take a little percentage out on those coin machines back in the day. And with that money, I went to a local stereo shop, and I bought a used amplifier. I bought 2 subs, 2 audio bonds, and I bought a vented box and had it installed. All was $300 some bucks. This was way back in the day. This was, I don't know, 2003, 2004. So I think I got all of it used. I think the box was used, the amps were used, the subwoofers were used. I got it all. I got 300 bucks out the door. So I was there thinking, like, man, and at the time, that was the only $300 I had. Like, I was making like $400 every 2 weeks. I'd leave with like $40 worth of tip money every night, and I would basically blow it on everything. CDs, DVDs, video games, no care. You know, it wasn't until until I was reminded of what hardship was that I started saving money. That's why I went out there and, you know, started putting money in the bank. Started looking for that better job. And it kind of went that way, and I started saving the money and things like that. But I harp on that because I used my last $300 to buy stereo equipment, and I'm sure some of you that listen to this commentary has done the same thing. Use the last money in your pocket to buy something that you don't need, and like, I don't regret the decision at all. I don't. I wouldn't do it nowadays. If I had $300 to my name right now, buying stereo equipment would be the last thing on my mind. And I'm wondering, is that age? Is that experience? Is that what experience actually gives you? Or is that what maturity gives you? Because I've grown majorly as a person. Just today, Clan Wars started. You know, I got my PS4, I got all my buddies together. We started playing Clan Wars. We started out in a game type I didn't really like, but I play anyway because of Clan Wars, hardcore domination. We ran into another clan. It was the TKO clan. I think that's what the tag was. And that clan itself, they beat us by 30 points in a hardcore domination. Well, a couple of my buddies are getting upset, getting mad. Myself, I found I didn't get mad. And it impressed me. Beforehand, I'd be livid. I'd break controllers, I'd bust TVs, hated losing. But now it doesn't bother me so much. I don't like to lose. I don't desire to lose. But I understand that losing by 30 points means that for 45 seconds to a minute, somewhere in that game, we didn't have control. And if we could have did better for 40 seconds, we could have been the winning team. And in 40 seconds between two teams, or 30 points between domination teams, there's a clear winner because of a time cap, but you could throw it up in the air. What you had was two evenly matched teams, and one team had a 60-second advantage over the other at some point in the game. It's not that the mechanics were off. It's not that, you know, you have to re-alter the team. It's not that you didn't have good enough players. It's just that during that time and that space, somebody else had a better strategy than you, and you live and you learn. And that's something that's a revelation to me. Because normally, I would have dismantled the team. I would have went over them with a fine-tooth comb. I would have figured out things. And like back when theater mode was, I would have watched theater mode from the way everybody played the game. And you just seen what was wrong and what could have got done better. And like, it's not knocking people becoming better players, but it's more along the lines of, you know, just growing as a person. Because video games, in the long run, I'm not going to say they don't matter, because they do. Video games probably saved my life more than once. I'm going to say they did save my life more than once. If I didn't have video games, shoot, there are some low periods in my life that I just couldn't have gotten through. You know? And I still love video games to this day. And it kind of bothers me that I have a job with video games. I mean, well, I don't want to call it a job. Let's call it an opportunity to make money playing video games. And, you know, I feel blessed every day in that. But I don't use it all that often anymore. Because I lost sight of why I actually started it. Which was to share my love of video games. I don't know. I feel like I've come a long way as a person. And I feel like there's only more room to grow. And I feel like the lessons I've learned in life are worth more than the money I lost to learn them. Thank you guys for continually watching my videos. And thank you for listening to the horrible audio on this commentary. I'm doing this on a drive home, and I'm recording it with my iPhone 5 while I'm driving. And I was just one of those things, spur of the moment. I wanted to talk. And if I would have waited, I never would have been able to say it like I wanted to say it. Thank you guys, and here's the 2014. Hopefully I'll be here in 2015. If not, not everything lasts forever. So hopefully you'll still have me part of your life. Hope you guys have a wonderful year.
Good job. Report to command for debrief.
Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you another great gameplay here on Whiteout. This is a flawless kill confirmed, and I fall like 3 or 4 short of the chem strike here. And it's mainly because the other enemy team left. I felt like I had enough time to actually get the chem strike, and I'm using the strategy I kind of laid out on my Whiteout explain video. Didn't do very well, but it's there. I'm going to link the annotation to the video itself if you'd like to check it out. It kind of shows you the strategy that I'm using. I'm using a thermal fad, and this is part of the clan war. Been playing a lot of the clan war recently, and I found myself falling really out of love with Ghost. There's really nothing wrong with Ghost. It's just not very exciting. I watched a video of mine recently. It was something to look back on, which was a commentary about CNanners being on CNN. It happened in Modern Warfare 3. And everybody knows that I really didn't like the game Modern Warfare 3. It was probably the only Call of Duty I've never hit max prestige in, which I'm not sure if I'm going to hit max prestige in Ghost either. But I don't hate Ghost. Does that make sense? I don't dislike Ghost at all. I think Ghost is a great game. I think Ghost is a great Call of Duty game. I think I'm just at the point in my life where me and Call of Duty just don't match up anymore. We just don't mesh. And there's nothing much else I can say about that. But I don't know. Maybe I'll make max prestige. Maybe I won't. I'm still undecided if I actually even want to buy the DLC for Call of Duty. I just don't feel like there's a huge market for it anymore. It seems like the pro players get all the exposure, and the scripts have been proverbially flipped. And yeah, it's something I do enjoy, and like what I'm really waiting for is I'm waiting for a good co-op game. I feel like people drop the ball with co-op games in the early generation of the PlayStation 4. I'm looking at the games coming up, and nothing really pops out with my mind. There's some games that I would really like for the PlayStation 4, such as The Order. I really like The Order. I'm really excited for The Evil Within, even though it's only published by Bethesda and not actually done by Bethesda Software Studios. Elder Scrolls Online I'm not really excited for since we're on Bethesda, mainly because from what I've heard, it's going to be a World of Warcraft-like game in the realm of Elder Scrolls, which I'm not cool with that. I don't want World of Warcraft. I didn't like it when if I wanted to play World of Warcraft, I could play World of Warcraft. Games I've been really into recently. I've been recently watching speedruns for Resident Evil. I did a Resident Evil live stream, which I played through on New Year's Eve. I find myself desiring more of a monitor. I know I'm all over the board here. I find myself desiring more of a monitor setup than a TV, because I really don't like looking at my TV anymore. I kind of want everything to be in the same angle between my recording software, my game, the live stream, my webcams. I want all of that to be there. I even thought about doing a dual webcam setup just to have 2 angles on the same thing. I don't know. This crazy stuff has been going through my head. Satellite crash. This thing's so fucking worthless. But I've lost complete track of what I was talking about. The games, co-op games. Dude, some of the games I love recently, like I did a commentary on where I've been loving Dead Space, I've been loving the Resident Evil series, mainly because of co-op. I want something I can play with my friends, even if it was like a co-op campaign. I don't understand why they didn't bring co-op campaigns back in like Battlefield 4 and even Ghost. Both of those campaigns could have easily been co-opted. I mean, they had two brothers throughout most of the damn co-op campaign. Why couldn't that have been a co-op? You know? Even when they got separated, create a little side mission for the other guy to go on. Why do my little side mission? And then we're there. We're good to go. I don't know. I feel like gaming should be something fun, and like gaming is always more fun when you're playing with two players, and especially when it's something you got to figure out puzzles and things like that. Love it to death. One of the big pulls for me with Call of Duty was the interaction. I always wanted to impress my friends. I always wanted to, face my friends. And the funnest time I've ever had, I know the funnest is not a word, the most fun I've ever had on Call of Duty was actually in World of War. I had a buddy of mine, his name was Z7 Taylor. And Z7 Taylor and I created accounts to see who could hold the highest kill-death ratio. And to this day, that is the pinnacle of good times for me in Call of Duty. Mainly because it was challenging. There was banter, and like even before that, what we did was we went to see who could get the better sniper clips for a montage he was doing, which none of my sniper clips made it into it because my recording was really crappy and I didn't know how to record properly and I hadn't figured out all the loops of YouTube at that point. But it is what it is. Is there. I love that. And like one thing I've not been in love with recently is the competitive angle of video games. Like I can't find myself getting excited to be better than somebody I don't know. And I don't know if you guys get the same thing. Like, look at this damn game. It's a blowout. But, being better than, Chris Downey over there who probably has like a kid in the next room that's crying and like he's sitting there stressed out with work or whatever variables there is that makes him not play as good as you. It doesn't give me a satisfaction that I'm a beast player when like I'm beating up on people like these guys. I'm 20-0 at this point. I could have went 40-0 in this game. Why? Because the players are really bad. They don't know what they're doing, and the only way I would have died in this game is a stupid decision like I just made there, going to shoot that guy. Maybe a dude spawned behind me and shot me in the back. Beating up on these players, it doesn't give me the gratification that it once does, and I find myself yearning for like Battlefield. Like the thing in Battlefield that's recently been getting me going is just the banter between friends and how much you have fun. Like I find myself smiling playing Battlefield when I'm in that tank and I'm sitting there shooting guys, and I'm helping my buddy. And like example, me and my buddy Cro-Magnum, I was playing a recon kit with a carbine, and he was playing a engineer with a wire launcher. And there was a helicopter that was annoying our team. So what we did was we took the entire time, we sat there, and I would lock onto him with the PLD, and he would sit there, hit him with the wire launcher for the PLD lock on, and we ruined that guy's day. And like, I don't even know if we ended up winning the match or not. I don't even know what the end score was, but just that will make you feel good. In that same game, I think he went and got a 5-man off a helicopter, and it's like, yeah, make you do a real life fist pump. And like, I think that's what Ghost is missing. There's never that yeah moments. The game feels slower than Battlefield, and I just don't know. I hope you guys check out PKA tonight. I think we're supposed to be having Philip DeFranco, and it's going to be good.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Jordie Jordan, and we're sitting here at our new playpen. This is the new workout situation that Drew has brought us up because he's getting a little cold, a little burry. He can't seem to take those half-mile walks in the 45-degree weather.
Let me jump in on here. I'm tropical. It's not tropical out. That's why we're indoors.
But I'm going to give you a walk around, and let's show you the new playpen.
Hard surface, rubber, or turf, depending on what, just what the occasion calls for.
Can you do the hurdles?
Can I?
Yeah.
I'll kill those hurdles.
You kill them.
I'll kill those hurdles. We use them a lot for warm-ups and a lot of like hip flexibility, hip stabilization.
Yeah, if you want to walk in front.
Let's do it. All right. A little virtual tour. How you like that? free weights for a lot of the intense athletes. We have college level, professional level, high school, middle school athletes, all training here under speed and agility programs. We also do boot camps for large amounts of people. Small groups, depends on what the focus is, so we got a lot of it, everything. The iron weights here, punching bags. GH Rogue machine.
What does those do?
It's for your hamstrings and your glutes, especially with...
Could you demonstrate them?
I'd love to demonstrate them. If I got size, I don't know. A lot of athletes, bench press is huge, squats are huge. A lot of the pushing mobility workouts are huge. But you hear the most pulls and muscles from hamstrings. So this machine here is not quite set up size-wise. This machine here helps strengthen your glutes and your hamstrings, which is a huge injury prevention practice.
So it's basically a reverse sit-up.
Reverse sit-ups, exactly. There you go. So now I'm using my glutes, my hamstrings. Because you're overhanging, there's nothing to rest on. So all that pressure, all that tension is constantly keeping your hamstrings engaged.
I'm looking at that. That would destroy my abs.
Yeah, we're going to get you, well, I'll tell you what, once we start cutting some weight off, man, you're going to kill that machine. Heavy bags here, TRX, suspension training. So, Jordie, you're going to get a variety of stuff that we're going to be playing with.
Suspension is like those resistance bands, right?
No, these are different. These here, we have resistance bands. But these TRX, basic TRX, you can do anything from, a horizontal or a diagonal pull-up here.
Shoot, I'd have enough trouble just holding myself there.
That's a start. We start there with it. You can also switch them around. Actually, I'll show you. Do push-ups with them. Oh, do my little dance. I'm going to flip around backwards.
All right.
You just flip, and now you have a nice little bench press. You can go up, or your shoulders.
That'd be great. I mean, that means I wouldn't have to do push-ups with all my weight.
Nope. You can, depending on your angle, you can change everything. Obviously, the pull-up bars are here, so you can do anything, muscle up, suspended training.
Well, did you see what the Marines released yesterday?
No, what was that?
55% of all females failed their pull-up exam,
Really?
and all they got to do is 3 of them.
Bring the Marines in, man. We'll take some Marines and teach them how to do some stuff.
What do you think about that? Do you think females just can't construct the muscle, or like they're
No,
built different?
anybody can construct the muscle. It's more a matter of stabilizer muscles and just lean muscle and just strength per body weight has to be changed a little bit. Men obviously producing more testosterone, we're just naturally stronger. But with training, anyone can. I mean, women are doing pull-ups. Women are doing everything men are doing in athletics, in the military, it's sports in general. CrossFit's huge right now, cross-training like what we have. If you're female or male, you can do anything. It's just a matter of training and preparation. Dynamax balls. Actually, you're going to be playing with these later.
I got some of these.
Medicine balls here.
Those are called Dynamax balls? I thought these were medicine balls.
Nope. These are the Dynamax. This is just the brand.
Oh.
And then
they're all...
medicine balls are more referred. These are more referred to as medicine balls.
Oh.
Now you can probably call them these. A lot of these terms are interchangeable.
Yeah.
Which is why we just kind of prefer the brand on them. But medicine balls, excuse me, most people think about that one's down low here as far as Dynamax.
Yeah, these are a bitch.
Those will work you out. Dumbbells over here so we can isolate.
Yeah.
The barbell is great for compound workout.
All right, who the hell does the 95?
Me, I warm up with those, man.
You warm up with
I
the
throw
95?
those all over the place. No, we got some crazy athletes in here. These guys are beasts.
Who curls
Foam
at
rolls.
95, dude?
Oh, I don't know about curling it. We might bring like CT Fletcher in here or something. You're welcome for the plug, CT Fletcher.
Yeah.
Foam rollers, yoga mat. Got some cables here. So again, these are great for injury prevention post-workout. It
Oh,
helps
they
you
do
really...
lactic acid?
Yep, exactly. Remember how when your boxing got tired and
Yeah.
we started to kind of massage out
Yeah.
your arms? Same type
We have
thing.
one of those at Kyle's house.
Yeah.
And it's almost a workout to use it for me.
It's weird at first, especially when you're sore, because that thing's going to dig in to your muscles a little bit.
Mine's more like I hold my upper body and then like roll my legs against it.
So you use it as a workout?
No, I didn't use it as a workout, but it's almost like a workout.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
I had to hold my weight up.
Right.
What are the big balls?
Physio balls. Some people at home call them Swiss balls.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Physiotherapy. Where did that word originate?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to take a blind guess that it's just off of physiology.
All right, what's physiology?
So physiology is just the different levels of your physical existence, whether it be your muscles, your bones. It's almost like another word for anatomy.
Yeah.
And again, it's a blind guess, but physiology is all about your physical existence. So physio balls use these in a million different ways. We've got some balance platforms here. The blue and the red ones are both the same function, just different degrees of difficulty and different purposes. One's obviously bigger, so you can actually have both feet on one for a single platform. The blue ones you can isolate out and do one-legged stuff, or two different varying, I might as well show you. Two different varying environments. So now, as you can obviously notice, my feet aren't moving together as they would.
That gotta be killer on the knee, though, wouldn't it?
You have to protect it.
Yeah.
You have to protect your knee. A lot of form. That's not really a step one workout.
Hold up. I've seen this. This is a toy.
This is a Bosu ball right here. This is
I mean,
great.
I've seen Woody play with one of these.
This thing is great, man. So now my feet are both still on an uneven and a varying surface or environment, but they move together because I'm on the platform.
I think Nintendo had one of these called the Rolling Rocker.
Probably.
They wanted you to play games on it.
Exactly. Fitness and video games together.
Yeah, it
Got
doesn't
that
work.
rope there. We're gonna put in some work on that rope today, actually.
Yeah.
You can go look at this.
Gamers are naturally lazy.
Exactly. So we're gonna do some work on this one. Big time.
Well, we're gonna do some skipping some rope.
You can do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this here, and we're gonna start double dutching it out. We're gonna bring Adam, we're gonna bring Ryan and Veronica out here. We're gonna double dutch. All right. Last bit of the playground.
Oh hell, there's another room back here.
Gonna get a little chilly. But we're developing this right now, so excuse the mess, everybody watching at home. Squat rack, we're going to develop these, throwing another couple squat racks on here. Tire flips. We have a bunch of plyo boxes too.
How heavy is that one?
It's a good amount.
That's a heavy one.
That's a good amount. Got the sledgehammer here as well, so you can do a lot of different types of cross training.
You don't tire flip with this one, do you?
Huh?
You don't tire flip with this one, do you?
I wouldn't recommend it. We'd probably have a bunch of other
That's over 100 pounds easily.
That tire may be a little bit better because it's just a little smaller,
Yeah.
but these are both really heavy. Now again, we've got college level and professional level athletes coming in to train, so we got to make sure that we keep them, challenged.
Tested, yeah.
Got the sled over there. Matter of fact, and you can actually call Ryan out. Ryan is the sled king.
Sled,
Alright.
basically hook that with weights and you pull it.
Yep, you can hook it on with weights, and then actually kind of like you were doing a rope pull when you had it around someone's feet. I can't remember, but I think he had like a chipmunk helmet on or a mask on.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing with that there. We fasten the rope.
See, we had one of those at Kyle's, but but it was my truck.
It's the same thing. It's just yours is so much bigger than fit in our parking lot. Yeah, and then that's it. We've got a small child's room we're kind of developing.
What, daycare?
Getting there. We're working toward it. It's a room that we just kind of,
Like bring your kids, drop them off here, work out.
if they're not working out yet. Now we also train young athletes.
I got a question. I don't see it yet. Every gym I've ever been to always has the supplement bar. You have any ideas about the supplement bar?
We're gonna get to it. We offer proteins now. Actually, you can get
Yeah.
a protein shake here, but we're not gonna do.
They're not gonna be like Gold's Gym, have like a full bar with a bartender.
I don't see that coming in the immediate future. So you never know. Team ISI, we might put it out there. But right now, you can get a protein shake because that's important, especially after workouts. But no, we're not going to have any like
All right, here,
paninis.
let me ask you this about the big concern I see with this place.
Yeah.
Is access. You're on a frontage road.
Mhm.
You're all 501. You can barely see you from the road.
Right.
Do you think that's going to affect business?
Not at all.
Not at
People
all.
know we're here. It's a lot of people are actually bringing friends and family in, and we actually do a lot with the community as well. So people, I've never heard that one before. People do find us easily.
Okay.
Yep. Training room. So when I turn my back, Jordie, and you try a one-legged box jump on a 36-inch platform, we're gonna stick you in the hot tub here. It's actually great after workout. Let that heat get in your muscles, relax you a little bit. Plus, it's a hot tub, enough said. And then a trainer table. So when we bring athletes in, we gotta train, or we gotta tape them up, or you could actually use this. It'll double almost as a stretching bed. So you can do various types of stretches, things like that.
So you got the, what is that, cedar or pine?
I have no idea.
What is it?
I rely on you for these kind of things, man. I ask you these questions.
Well, they look about the same.
I have no idea.
Cedar's a lot stronger than pine.
Well, then I'm gonna say cedar. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. You open that closet up. You got an ice machine in case we got ice people down. Just a little baby one. Some bags of ice. We're good. eventually, actually, while you got that camera on, I want to get a hit of that FMS. This here, I don't know a lot of other gyms that have this. We actually screen individuals, designed for athletes, but we use anyone, and we screen all your functional movement and measure it. So we know where your weaknesses is, from shoulder, spine flexibility, hip flexibility, ankle mobility, and ankle flexibility, all the little things. So we can take what you do and know why you're weak in certain areas, it may not be strength, it may be flexibility. Like you personally, you're stronger in your lower half. Well, your upper half, it may be something as simple as shoulder flexibility or thoracic spine, or we call it T-spine flexibility there too. So again, a lot of different things that we're putting together to make sure that everyone has the direction, the right mindset, and also has just the accountability of, we'll give everyone the tools they need and let them kind of turn their lives around. Right?
Hey guys, it's your buddy Wings of Redemption, and I wanted to go and share a story with you. I was thinking about death lately. Recently here in Myrtle Beach, we have a girl by the name of Heather Elvis, which has just recently gone local, and she has been missing, and her parents offer a $25,000 reward. The reason it's on my mind, because it kind of makes me think back to somebody I lost. Well, I didn't personally lose them. They were a friend of the family's, but they ended up dying in a situation that was somewhat close to where she was presumed missing. I went to the gym yesterday, had a nice workout session, and inside that workout session, which you'll see later today, I seen a poster for Heather Elvis, and I was talking to Thru about it. And I'm like, if I was her father, I would, instead of offering $25,000 for information leading to her, I would be dragging the river. Because Heather Elvis was gone missing on a Peachtree Landing. 20-year-old girl. A couple things come to mind. One, she had a boyfriend that pretty much she ran off with, which in my guess is most likely going to be the scenario that's going to play out. Two, it could have been something, tragic that went wrong, be it a rape or something like that went bad and went sour, and he panicked. If you're at a river landing anyway, what's the first place you're going to do? You're going to try to dump the body in the water. So that would be the first thing that popped in my mind. Is that where my daughter is? Drag the waters. I understand they have this optimistic approach that somebody's going to come forward, but the $25,000 has been there for a good part of 2 months. If somebody knew or seen her at this point, they would have contacted. If they don't find her within the first week, dragging the waters would be the most obvious answer. But let's get to my story. When I was a kid, I looked up to my grandfather. My grandfather's name was Carl Peavy. He was not a flawless man. He was an alcoholic. He enjoyed smoking cigarettes, and he was not very good with money. But he had a good heart. And that's what I remember most about my grandfather, is that he had a very good heart on him. And he kept his friends close. He did. He had the same friends most of my childhood. One of his name was Junior. One was his, it wasn't his brother, but his name was Randy Jordan. And another one was Alan. These three guys, they hung out all the time. They came over and played the banjos, and it made it for a pleasant childhood because you'd have all this entertainment and excitement happen. Well, the worst part about it is Junior couldn't swim, but Junior loved to fish. And it was Thanksgiving. I don't remember what year it was, but I was young. I was 10 or so, if you want to narrow down the year. It was in the 90s, but it was Thanksgiving, and I remember him saying something along the lines of, if I ate a turkey, I've ate so much food, if I fall out, I'm going straight to the bottom. And that right there automatically hit me, and it stuck with me. I remember that to this day. Every time I think about a river or I go over a bridge, I think about him saying that, I'm going to go straight to the bottom. Because that evening, they went out to set some nets. My grandfather enjoyed catfishing. And one of the things that he liked to do was take old milk jugs and go tie them off and create little, catfish lines. So basically, he, Junior, and Alan and little Alan, they all went out in two different boats, and they went down to Pitch Landing. And they basically went out and set their catfish hooks. Well, my grandma gets a call from the TV 15 news. This is before cell phones. Cell phones weren't even out at this point. So we get a landline call from the TV 15 news, and it's basically my grandpa using their satellite phone to call my grandma and tell them they've had an accident. And what happened was Junior stood up and tried to reach a limb. In doing so, he flipped the boat over, capsizing the boat. And my grandfather, I remember telling him telling the story vividly of how if he could have got a hold of his belt loop, he would have been gone too. And I don't know why I'm sharing this. It's just something that's always come to me every time I think about the river. And it's also created a fear in me. There's two things that I'm afraid of, and it's actually a reoccurring dream I have. I've had since a child. And that reoccurring dream was there's this big bridge that has no guardrails on either side. And I've had this dream since Junior died. He basically drowned because he couldn't swim. But I'm riding my bike, and no matter how hard I try, I can never get my bicycle to go straight across the bridge. My grandmother and my grandfather are there on one side, and there's like cops or something behind me. And I'm pedaling my bike, and I end up falling off every time. And when I fall off, the bridge disappears instantly. And what happens is I'm in the middle of a river, a black river. Can't see the bottom, can't see it. There's these cypress oaks on both sides, and all I can sit there and think about is I'm going to sink straight to the bottom. That's a fear. And do you contest that fear? I don't know. For some reason, I tend to always think there's an alligator in there with me, but I never see one. And part of me, as I've grown up, and now that I know to swim, I swim in the dream, whereas before I would always drown. But I always end up waking up swimming and getting tired, and I never actually get out of the river. It's like limbo for me. But what do you guys think the dream represents? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my video, and as always, I'm Audi 5000. There we go.
Who's intro? You want intro or you want me intro?
I'll intro.
There you go.
Hey guys, what's up? We're going to be doing some basic stretches here today. I don't know what day this is. I'm going to call this week 3. What is this, week 3?
Technically, yeah, week 3.
Week 3. We're doing basic stretches, heavy bag. We're going to do some sledding today. I don't know if we're going to do the rope. We doing any of the rope?
Let's get back to the rope.
All right, we're going to do some rope.
Your lower back going.
I'm going to try to show you a little bit of everything today. Today we're going to go over a workout. I'm going to try to keep everything in 1 or 2 minute samples. Hopefully you guys enjoy.
Actually, you know the sled king? Ryan and the wife?
Yeah, you told me that.
He's the sled king.
What, he just does it a lot?
Yeah, he uses it. He's got a million different ways to use it. All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna bring your foot back. I want to make sure you feel it in your upper thigh. All right.
All right.
Further.
Further. All right.
Good. Holding that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down nice and slow. Good. The other one up. Good. Right now I'm gonna straighten you out a little bit so you're not as twisted.
All right.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. More. There we go.
Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down.
You just splattered the paint on for a reason?
Say what?
The floor looks like people took the paintbrush.
Yeah, that was on purpose. It's leaky. Take a breath. Going down for the hamstrings. Just breathe. And let yourself forward. And if you can, roll your weight back to your heels, and that'll keep your hamstrings locked.
Now.
There you go. Now you don't want to reach and strain. You almost want to kind of hang as much as you can. Or up.
I can't hang, but just gonna put my lower back.
Right. Well, you don't want straight lower back. So if you need to, you press.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
So Kai,
But the idea is not
What's
to
going on,
like
buddy?
pull and try and force yourself to get somewhere and press. Up nice and slow. Or come down again.
Right.
That's how you could do this. See, I told you, man. You don't need me. Right?
Motivation, player.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. Especially if there's a sham wow in the house.
Clean up any mess.
Billy Mays. Is that really who I sound like?
You sound like the Sham Wow guy.
Really?
He's not Billy Mays. Billy Mays was the Sham Wow
It's
guy.
the worst ever. It's because my shoes are orange on the bottom?
No.
To the left.
It's charisma, dude. It's charisma.
I guess. When you put it like that, it sounds okay. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1. There. 3. There. Now you get to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up. There.
In there. Oh.
There you go.
So 140 don't feel the same as she used to. Is that cardio coming up?
Could be. I mean, I would like to say that it's because your cardio is getting stronger. Could also be we're doing every other day, so your heart rate's going to jump up, and you haven't really, with 4 days off like we had, or 5 days off, that workout's going to kill you.
I feel great.
I'd like to say it's your cardio coming back.
I think we're getting a boxing right now. Hey guys, it's your buddy Wings of Redemption. I'm just going to go ahead and talk in on this part right here. This is actually the second rep of 4 reps. I didn't get all the way to 4 reps, but this is after about 45 minutes of boxing, which I showed you mainly the warm-up stuff in the boxing. I apologize, and it was my first day on the heavy bag because Thru forgot his pads. But we did heavy boxing and we did sled pulls before this, so I was really tired to begin with. And this is about 95 pounds. Well, it's 95 pounds exactly. And we're doing things called deadlifts, and I'm trying to keep proper form. And it kind of makes you realize how out of shape you are. But I'm putting this in the video mainly because it is the pinnacle of where I've come from. How many times would I give up? How many times did it was just too hard? And like, I wanted to quit right there so badly. Thru's helping me with form, and like I felt like I couldn't quit, so I pushed forward because time is the worst thing you can waste. Devoted the time, people devoted the effort. Only me can fail. Like my legs were shaking like a deer right here.
2 more. Come on.
Get it.
Up. 2. There. 1.
Yeah, I had to go straight to the ground. But I'm going to include a little bit, I'm going to jump forward here, include a little bit more because Thru gives a really good tip. And you kind of can see like he's outside the realm here. And like the camera's been on for 20 minutes now. It's not even he don't even notice it. That was the goal today, to not notice the camera. And you kind of actually see it. He went and got me some water, and he started talking to me, what I did, what I was doing wrong, and I was sitting there telling about him like I fucked up on my breathing. And like when you get tired, and you get really tired, your breathing is the most important thing you can do the entire time you're doing it. Mainly because you got to have those oxygen, and like when you're a guy my size and you get tired, or if you're out of shape and you get really tired really quickly, messing up with breathing will really affect you really hard. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're starting to do some of the weight training stuff, and hopefully we continue to it because I look forward to each session every day. Thank you guys for watching the video.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Intense Camping Productions channel. I'm your host, Wings of Redemption, or better known as Jordie Jordan. Those of you who don't follow me, or maybe even new to these videos, I'm basically on a journey to change my life, a journey to become a healthier, happier person. And one of the things that I've learned quickly on this journey is the only person that can make change is yourself. But you don't have to do it alone. Matter of fact, most things in life are best not done alone. It doesn't make you less of a person to ask somebody to help to move a couch. Why does it make you less of a person to ask somebody to help you change your life? And luckily for me, I have a lot of people out there that care about me, and I'd like to extend a little bit more. My goal with weight loss videos is more to do with helping myself and passing the buck forward, using the information, knowledge, and funds that I was giving to help pass it on and help motivate other people. But I was wondering, what are you guys curious about? The idea that I want to do the workout videos and build it around what an average person would go through to go from 400 pounds down to 300 pounds, to lose 100 pounds of weight at a morbidly obese level. And I was wondering, what would you guys ask Thru, or what would you guys like to see Thru do? Like, take suggestions. Because I go back to the gym today at 3 o'clock. It's currently 5 a.m. And I would like to go to the gym with a list of suggestions or even questions I could ask him on camera. If you do want to leave a question or suggestion, please leave your gamer tag or your real name. I prefer real names, mainly because this isn't about hiding. One of the worst things I feel like happens with physical fitness or anything like that is people want to hide, and you can't hide. There's nothing you should do that should be shameful to yourself. If you're doing something that you feel like you're ashamed of, change it. I know that's hard to do. And even at a young age, I felt like, why do alcoholics not like being called alcoholics? It took me a while to wrap my head around this. And even though the answer is there, the answer is simple. It's simple as hell. Nobody likes their flaws pointed out to them. I learned that the hard way. But I also learned the hard way that, if enough people call you a crackhead, the shit might be true. But I myself am morbidly obese, and I know this, and I want to do something about it, and luckily I had enough people out there to help me. And I'm asking you once again, give me some help. What were you interested in? What would you like to see? What suggestions would you give to Thru in helping me train? You be a part of the everyday cycle. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and this is just one of the little areas I like to camp in on Prison Break TDM. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm Audi 5000. Peace, people. Hey guys, let's talk a little bit of Call of Duty. It's not been a very popular subject lately, and Call of Duty's kind of fell out of favor for like the casual commentator or pub star. So let's talk professional gaming. Now I'll talk about my views of professional gaming, and more along the lines of the new Optic drama. And keep in mind that everything I say here has nothing to do with it, has no malicious intent, has no way in form is a drama alert, and no way in form trying to instigate any type of reaction or response to this video. And so, for those of you unaware, or unfilled in, or live under a rock, Optic and Scump have parted, and a lot of the original Optic team is gone, leaving just Nadeshot. Well, let me go ahead and voice this. Like I said, disclaimer again, I have no hard feelings against anybody. I barely know anybody in Optic, and I have no hard feelings against them. From an outside perspective, I always felt Nadeshot was bad for the Optic team, and here's why. I felt like he didn't have good chemistry with the existing guys. And this my theory was kind of homed in and proved more correct from what I heard from Scump. Apparently Scump went to Hector or Hex and asked if he could create his own version of the Optic team, maybe an Optic team 2. And I think the initial answer was no. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think the initial answer was no, and the way that Scump reacted to it is what caused the fallout. And I feel like Hex would have later came around and gave him his own team if he would have came out and told him he didn't like being on Optic because of nade shot. Keep in mind, all hearsay. But here's my feelings about these kind of changes. They ended up picking up Clayster and Parasite. One guy from Complexity, one guy from Impact. And they are looking very strong. But it kind of saddens me in a way. And here's why it saddens me. When people change teams so often, and you never really know what team you're going to deal with. Just let's say you're an Envious fan. When I first got into MLG gaming, Envious was Hastro, Foreplay, Stainville, and Hastro, Foreplay, Stainville, and Justin, I think. I think that was it. And as they progressed, I couldn't tell you who Envious is right now. I could not tell you I think Scump joined Envious. But other than that, I couldn't tell you a player on the team. Why? Because the team rosters change so often that it's hard to keep up. And as a fan of MLG gaming, this is something that deters me. Let's take it to another effect. Let's say my Atlanta Braves. If the Atlanta Braves, obviously they trade and make moves, but let's say they change members, I don't know. Let's say they changed a roster every 3 months during the season. You wouldn't give a shit about the Atlanta Braves. Why? Because there's no consistency there. There's no teamwork there. There's no, we're going to work through this rough patch. We're going to work out this problem. We're going to steamroll this. I like to see teams evolve. Like Optic, they were in a bad stretch. They hadn't won a whole lot lately, and in my opinion, it was the imbalance of Nadeshot. He just didn't fit with the team. But Nadeshot is arguably the most popular Call of Duty player in the world right now. And it would be stupid business-wise to remove Nadeshot for that simple fact. I was hoping in my heart that they would grow as a team and Nadeshot would kind of just fall in and the chemistry would slowly make its way there. Sometimes you got to take some losses. But as we all know, that didn't really happen. What happened was this new concoction Frankenstein team that might or might not work. I think the Yankees have proved to us that sometimes you can win pennant with money, sometimes you can't. But who knows what we see with that. But I don't feel like teams should be breaking up or separating. I feel like if you have a team and you have weak players on your team that are weak versus certain aspects, help them with those aspects. That's what scrimming is for. That's what, practicing is for. That's what all these things that you do every day is for. To help people get better at their roles. And if they aren't getting visibly better at their roles, try them in a different role. You should have to exhaust all possibilities before you go out there and be like, leaving the team, fuck y'all. But I guess that's what it is. I guess baseball would be the same way if they didn't have rules and legislation put in place to keep players from doing that. And I feel like MLG needs that if it wants to actually be taken as a serious sport. But it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Thank you guys for watching my video. And I matched a bunch of people that wanted to talk shit about my camp in this video. Peace. Hey guys! I watched a short film called Plan C. And it totally blew my mind. Why don't you go ahead and watch this?
I'm so happy.
Me too. Hey, what do you think our name should be?
Ooh, I want to be a Jared, or a Kyle, or maybe an Adolf.
Ooh.
What about you?
Me? I like Quasar.
Quasar? Are you a gay Brooklyn DJ? That's the dumbest name I've ever heard.
As you can see, it's got 2 unborn babies, and they go on an adventure prior to being born. Click the annotation, or check it out in the description. Annotation somewhere up here. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys on the video. Hey guys! guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you a gameplay here. This gameplay was just thrown in. I haven't really played Call of Duty lately. Been playing mainly Fallout New Vegas. Been playing some Dead Space 3 with Lefty on his live stream. If you haven't seen that yet, you can check that shit out on his channel. We're uploading the entire Let's Play on Lefty OX. I would put it in the description, put the gorilla links there. But check out Lefty OX for that Dead Space live stream. I want to go ahead and just fill you guys in where I'm at in life. I know a lot of you guys follow me are concerned with my health and issues, and I am losing weight rapidly. I've almost got to this point where I'm getting addicted to it. I mean, I love going to the gym. Every day, I go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days a week, and I love those days of the week. Mainly a couple reasons. One, I feel really good after I leave the gym. It almost gives you like a euphoric high. I'm not sure if I use the word euphoric right, but you get a high. You get pumped up. You feel good. You feel great. There's things I noticed with my body that I haven't noticed that have been obvious this time. Keep in mind, I've lost 60-some pounds before. But on the other spectrum of this, last time I lost 60 pounds, I was at a point where I lost 60 pounds of muscle. I was basically losing fat and muscle at the same time. Wasn't doing anything different. I was on a substance called phetramine, and what phetramine does is it basically curbs your eating to the point where if you don't want to eat, you don't have to. And you can lose weight that way. You can, because your body has to continue to run it doesn't run off magic. If you don't put stuff into it, it's going to use what it has to keep running, but it's not going to run very efficiently, and you're not going to feel good, and it's hard to upkeep. You can starve yourself to death. That is, well, not to death, but you can starve the weight off. Not optimal. And the hardest part about it, I'm going to cue it in almost like depression. The hardest part about losing weight that I've discovered is just like depression. The number one way you beat depression is to socialize. To be social. To go out there, do things that you don't want to do when you're depressed. When you're depressed, you want to sleep. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to be a social person. Everything is negative. You have a negative outset. That's what depression is about. When you're fat and overweight, you look at exercise like it's this demon, this crutch, this pain. When you think exercise, you think pain, and that's exactly what you think about. You think about how much it hurts, how much it's going to hurt, how much you think. But what you don't see, what you don't think about, is after that initial period, the pain goes away. The pain goes away within the first 2 weeks. And I feel like if you can stick to an exercise regimen for 2 weeks, you'll start enjoying it. Another thing is solo working out sucks. Don't try that. I know not everybody out here that listens to my videos or my voice have the privilege or the opportunity to have a personal trainer. But if you can't afford a personal trainer, at least find a buddy. Somebody that's that's around your same skill level. Somebody that's right where you're at. And this is the hard part. This is the hard part. Because not everybody is ready to lose weight. I went close to 20 years unready to lose weight. I mean, I started feeling down about myself around 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that ballpark. And I started to realize, like, man, I'm fat. And that's when the fat jokes started coming. And it took me to the age of damn near 28 to basically get myself ready to lose weight. Because you have to be here. You have to be mentally ready to lose weight. You can't be like, all right, I'm going to do this and just go through the motions. Going through the motions does not help you. Going through the motions means you will quit. You have to be mentally ready there. And what helped for me was I was in this position. I was in this point in life where all I wanted was somebody to reach out there and be like, dude, I got you. And luckily Kyle and Kitty, they did that for me. They reached out there. They showed me someone cared other than myself. And that in itself gave me the motivation. And then everybody started getting behind me. And everybody started, putting, some sort of monetary substance behind it. So now, like, shit, I have to do this. There is no backing down. And then that started going over me. And then I hit a plateau. And then that plateau got me back into that depressed state. That depressed state was trying to pull me back. And I'm talking like I've lost the weight already. I haven't. I'm still just under 400 pounds. But I can see the improvement. And the improvement is vast. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's vast, but it's there. Let's look at the improvement. I went from unable to walk half a mile to I can walk 5+ miles without my heart rate going up. I went from 45 seconds on the elliptical to half an hour on the elliptical. I went from being able to box for less than 2 minutes to being able to do a 45-minute boxing warm-up. And all of this at 400 pounds. Might as well say at 400 pounds. I can do this. I feel confident in myself. I feel bigged up. And going to a gym, don't be afraid of a gym. A gym isn't about doing better than the next man. It's about doing better than the next day than you were the day before. The only person I have to beat at a gym is myself. And that's the only person you should care about at the gym. Don't care about your partner. Don't care about anybody else. But back to that partner before I forget about it. You have to find somebody in the same mindset as you. If you don't, you have to motivate. And it's hard to motivate when you're in that realm. But I'm doing fantastic. I'm starting to do work. I'm starting to do weightlifting. I still struggle. I still get tired, but it takes a lot longer for me to get tired. I went from 30-minute workouts to killing me to I'm at, I can easily do 2+ hours of workouts, and it feels like it flies by. I just wanted to fill you guys in, let you guys know where I'm at. Hopefully there's going to be a new video coming up, if not tomorrow afternoon, the day after. As always, it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. Well, hello, people. It's your boy, Wings of Redemption, and I want to talk about cops. Keep in mind, this is a casual conversation. Don't have a whole lot of numbers in front of me. We're going to talk about it. Recently, somebody sent me back to a case from 2011, which was the beating of Thomas Kelly. For those of you who don't know who Thomas Kelly was, he was in Fulton County, which I think is in California. I'm not sure about that. But he was a homeless man. And there's a 33-minute tape of his evident death. What happened was 2 officers, Ramos and Cardinelli, came up and started questioning him. The questioning lasted about 10 minutes. And during that period, the officers started to entice Kelly. Basically, he had some sort of bodily injury. He had a mental handicap, and his motor skills weren't that good. And Kelly was by no means a great de-escalator in this series either. Basically, the officer wanted Kelly to put his legs straight out from his hands on his knees. And when Kelly was having trouble doing this and even refused to do this at some times because he was getting multiple orders, he essentially, Ramos enticed him to the point where he was going to get physical. So the cop ended up striking him, and then they got into a altercation which spilled out into the street. And no less than 6 some odd cops ended up beating this man to death. And that's the bad part about it. That's the bad part about cops in general. And I'm just going to go on a spew here. It's a little lecture. A lot of people know I don't like the police force. I mean, I understand that they do a good job. I understand not all of them are bad. But for the most part, the ones I've met suck ass. I mean, and I'd go so far as to say 80% of every police officer I've ever met was somebody I detest in real life. And it's obvious some people, because they do have a crappy job, they pretty much deal with the scum of the earth 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But at the same time, they have evidence of power even when they're not dealing with the scum of the earth. Let's take my town for example, Conway, South Carolina. 16% of our entire city budget is made up by traffic violations. There is no less than 18 troopers on duty at any time in Conway, South Carolina. And there's never a time that you can go to Conway and back without seeing at least 2 traffic stops. Myself personally, I took the time to learn where they like to sit. I've learned all the codes they like to do. One of their new favorites is there's a new 4-way stop on 9th Avenue and Palmetto Street. And a cop likes to sit into the church parking lot in the shadows, and he will time your stop. In South Carolina state law, you have to stop for a total of 3 seconds. If you stop 1.5 seconds, it's considered what most people call a California roll. And then you got your $124 ticket, which let's go and talk about that for a minute. Tickets, traffic tickets. Standard speeding ticket, 15 miles over, around here is $180. Out of that $180, I think It's a $50 fine. So 120 of the 180. No, is that right? 130. I'm sorry. 130 out of that 180 is actually a court fee that goes straight to the court. And that other $50 is split up between the state, 80-20. 80 goes to the city fund. 50 goes to the city fund, and the other 30 goes to the city fund for like cops, police officers, and things like that. And the other $20 goes to the state government fund that funds the states for like road works, schools, spousal abuse, and things like that. So that's how tickets break down. That's how it works. So essentially, you have a large portion going straight to the courthouse, which is $120, $130. I'm sorry. Last year, South Carolina pulled in somewhere along the lines of $65 million in traffic tickets for the courthouse. Who in the fucking courthouse makes $65 million? I have no fucking clue. And they don't go into specifications where that money goes past that point. But a little town like Conway has $65 million into the court system. I bet there's some fat paid judges somewhere. Somehow. But I don't know. Traffic tickets are sham. And lately I've been seeing them kind of crunch down on people about warning people about traffic violations. And that's against the Constitution, my friend. What kind of Gestapo bullshit is this when you can't warn somebody about a speed trap? I've only been caught for speeding twice in my life. 2 times. And both of these times were by the same cop at the same area in the same spot. What it is there's a school zone near my house, and that school zone is it's 35. It's 35 for 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 months a year, or so 8 months a year. I don't know how school long is. However long school is. So there's 2 hours out of the day that spot of that road is 35 miles an hour, and it's on a curve bend. So they'll sit on the bend and they'll wait for you because the sign's just before the curve. So generally, if you're like me, when I see a speed sign that says 35 miles an hour and I'm going, let's say 50, as soon as I see the sign, I start to slow down. What they do is by the time you get around that curve, you're going about 41 miles an hour, and they'll pop you with that radar gun, and they'll get you with an 11-mile over ticket, or however fast you were going, and make lots of money doing this. Lots of money doing this, just like the four-way stop. That four-way stop's paid for itself. And who does this help? Who does this protect? Seriously, if you wanted to protect the school students, not only would you not make a curve in front of the school, you would paint the word school on the road. You'd put some type of yellow light up. You'd make more than one. You could make more than one light evident. You would basically let people know that hardcore you're going into a school zone. But here, no, you have one white sign that has small writing on it that lets you know the times. It's very hard to read from your car. I know exactly what the times are, but the shit slips your mind. You slips your mind that, oh, I have to do this. No, I see a speed sign. It's like, okay, I'm going to slow down. And boom, you still get popped. But I'm not here about being bitter about that. I'm here about being bitter about a couple things. Basically, the freedom of speech. Where do people get off with these fucking speed traps where people want to tell other drivers about them? They have the all right to. Because speed traps don't help anybody. 7% of all motor vehicle accidents in 2010, only 7% had speed to do with it. Most people get in motorized vehicle accidents from lack of attention. Lack of attention more so than speed. People putting on makeup, people eating while driving, people talking on a cell phone, driving under the influence, anything that takes the attention of the driver away. Fiddling around, looking for papers, dropping something in your floorboard. These are the 93% that most accidents happen. These are the reasons that happen. Speed has very little to do anything with it. And you know, I'm going on a tangent here. That's what these videos are about. Another thing that really bothers me is too fast for conditions. Bitch, motherfucker. What the hell is too fast for conditions? That's like some disorderly conduct. You don't know how fast I was going because you weren't there. And you're only determining I was going too fast based off what you see. What is too fast for conditions? It's bullshit. But Speeding violations are a sham, or fraud, and they're a way for your local governor and your local mayor to line their pockets and drive nice new BMWs. That's what they're there for. Like, why does Conway, South Carolina need Chargers? We have brand new Dodge Chargers, 2013. We don't have 2014s yet, I'm sorry, but they're probably on back order. They're probably waiting on them because, 1 year on a cruiser, that's just too much. Police need better than that. I mean, we got 3 or 4 Chargers. We have those supercharged Impalas. They put out those supercharged V6s. Every squad car we have has like an assault rifle in the back of it. I don't even think we have a Crown Victoria anymore. Those are old hack because we make so much motherfucking money. Hell, the dog catcher, which is done through Horry County Police, drives brand new F-150s. Here's the thing. Conway is a very safe town. I can only think of, off the top of my head, one major murder in my life. There's been smaller like murders, basically like shooting and passions, but only one major murder. That was Ken Register. We've had, dude, pretty much the only thing you're gonna get in Conway is drugs. That's it. That is it, and most of it's marijuana and like pain pills and things like that. That's all you're gonna find. You might find the occasional spousal abuse, but you might find the occasional robbery. But that's few and far between too. I can't remember. I think the last robbery I remember was the one I was in. That was movie gallery. That was way the fuck back there. I don't even remember what year that was, and it's ridiculous. I put a video up on my channel a long time ago. If you want to see it, you're going to find it. I put it in my 1 million view video of a wreck that happened in front of our house. When that wreck happened in front of our house, no less than 8 cops showed up. 8 motherfucking cops, dog. That is 8. Yeah, 8. 8 cops showed up. Why? To ride the fucking clock. They all responded to the one call they had. And it's ridiculous. And I mentioned Kelly Thomas again. I know this is raining on. But I mentioned Kelly Thomas, and this is something I've always had a beef with cops, is the police brutality stuff. First off, you had the Toronto guy who got shot in the train car because he had a knife. He's not the only person to ever get shot because he had a knife. You have 6 or 7 fucking armed cops standing around him, and they're worried about a knife, dude. Tasers are there for a reason. The taser is for disarming people with knives and billy clubs and things like that, so you don't hurt yourself. And even then, you could probably still disarm a guy with a knife without hurting yourself. You seriously could. Do you want to take the risk? No, that's why you use the taser. But a guy that's unarmed, you should never use the billy club. You should never use the taser. Two cops is all you need to disarm one guy. I don't care how big he is. I don't care how strong he is. I don't know too many people in this world that can take 2 full-grown adult cops at the same time. I don't know any of them. And yes, there's other things you should have to worry about. What if they get your gun? Don't give them the chance. Take your gun off your belt, throw it in the cruiser. What are you going to do? I mean, your job is to do stuff safely, serve and protect. I don't ever see them serve anybody. How many times have you seen a cop roll by somebody with a flat tire? It's not their job. They don't want the state to get sued. Don't want to lose any of that $65 million. I mean, because, the judge needs his 3rd house. I don't know. I'm sitting here being biased at this point. I think the whole idea of this commentary was, fuck cops. Seriously. There's very few of you out there that are decent people. Hey dudes, what's up? It's your boy WingsofRedemption, and I'm going to show you a little bit more of my workouts. I want to thank Boss Jedi Zohan for the footage looking a little bit better today. I know it's kind of washed out, but I'm still working on it. I'm making some of my video credentials. You'll see I have a different trainer in this video than Thru. What happened was Thru had to go to a basketball youth camp, and our scheduling was wrong. So this is Adam. Adam is the owner of ISI Elite Training, and he stepped in for Thru for this session. And this was one of the harder sessions I actually came across, but I didn't get it all. Mainly because I didn't have time to move the camera too often, so I'm gonna get what I can, what I figure was the best views of the camera, and where I'm at, where I would like to be, weight loss wise. Most people notice that I haven't really showed the weight numbers too much, mainly because the weight numbers are fluctuating too much. The inches is where I'm actually losing at. If you notice right here on screen that my clothes are very, very loose, and this isn't because I've went and bought big clothes. I'm losing on a pace of 2 inches a week. I'm working out 3 times a week, obviously. I've said that before. And the numbers are just fluctuating too much, and like they're kind of like, oh, that's all you've lost. I think I'm sitting at like 393 right now, but I'm in some of the best shape in my life. Like, you always hear me talk about the mech glass Jordie, you know, and at this point, I think I'm physically conditioned past where I was at mech glass. I mean, you'll see me break down here soon, but dude, this is we go at this pace right here for about 2 hours in this session, and I thought I was going to die a few times, and luckily I hadn't eaten anything beforehand. I know you're always supposed to eat before you go to the gym, but on this occasion I woke up at like 4 in the afternoon, and this was at 7 at night. I want to count myself lucky, mainly because if I could have thrown up in this session, I would have thrown up, and like right now, this is the day after. I'm completely sore on all parts of my body. So we're just going to going over a couple workouts. This right here was something new. I don't even know what this is called. Basically, you put a weight on the end of on a bar, and you just push it up. I mean, it doesn't look like it's that hard, but it gets hard quick. And I mean, you know, there's only like 65 pounds there, but you get tired. And like right there, I failed eight short of it. I ended up going back and finishing it, but what ended up happening at the end of that, my legs got shaky, so we decided to play with the medicine ball on the floor for a while my legs recovered. And Adam has a different approach style than Drew. Drew's a more laid back approach style. You know, he'll work with you slowly, where Adam is more rapid fire. He's a lot more fast paced, and like, he doesn't really give you time. You have to always be working with your muscles on the groove. And like this right here is something, this is a big guy workout. I don't know how well this will work out for a lot of people, but this is a workout for mainly bigger people. This is just getting up. That's all this is. I guess you could work anybody out, but what you do is you just get up and stand up and use a box. You're supposed to stand completely up. And like this right here is hell. This made my legs sore. I mean, it took a while for my legs to be sore. This is what did it between this and that first exercise. Yeah, really destroyed me. I felt like during this workout, I wish I could have got more. I wish I could have made it look a little bit better. This is ISO 1600. 800 was a little darker. What I'm worried about is that visual noise. I don't know if you've seen it on the previous videos. And this isn't sped up at all. This is me boxing now. This is where I'm at boxing wise, and I figured I'd just throw this in here because Drew actually helped me do the warm-up. I've gotten really good at boxing. I can do probably about 45 minutes of boxing before I get tired at this point, but the muscles are built up there, whereas in previous I didn't really have the muscles, and it surprised me how far I've come exercise wise, mainly because this right here used to be the workout, like just walking and boxing, and now boxing is a warm-up for me, and everything else is the workout itself. And thank you guys for continued support, and let me know what exercises you'd like to see. The fundraiser stuff should be coming out soon. Kitty is supposed to be sending me stuff to sign, the posters and the before and after pictures and things like that. So hopefully we all get this out to you very soon. And thank you all guys for donating to help me change my life. What's up, guys? I did a couple different takes in this video, so you can kind of see 2 different angles. I'm getting a little bit better with my camera. Do a standard boxing warm-up. I want to talk to you guys about eating right. I I had a couple birthday parties to go through over this weekend, so I slipped really bad eating wise, and pizza, cake, ice cream, you name it, it was there this weekend. And I came back Monday because I missed my Friday workout, mainly because my Wednesday workout was so tough. Adam really had me sore. My legs were sore, my chest was sore, every part of my body was sore, and that's what I look for every time I go to a workout. And but the side effect of it, we didn't really get the schedule down. We've been kind of working around Drew's schedule. He's gotten more and more busy, so we're trying to work it in. So I come back Monday after having 4 days off and eating like shit, and this workout was tough. This was double tough. I mean, it doesn't look hard, but I was feeling like trash. And luckily for me, I have a lot of resources at this gym that I can go to and I can ask questions. Not just Drew, I have 5 trainers I can access to, and even then, they're not the most valuable resource. The most valuable resource, in my opinion, in this whole gym is a guy named Matt. Matt was another guy that was 400 pounds, and he's now 235 pounds. And like when I have trouble, when I'm going through things and I'm struggling with a workout, I generally go to him and ask him what's wrong. It just happens to be like every time I'm in the gym, he's there too. Right here, you see me go try almost 100 pounds, and then I step down to the chains. The chains work in a different way, and we'll get to it in a minute. But when I can go to Matt and be like, Matt, my heart feels like it's gonna bust. I got this cold feeling in it. I mean, and he's like, you've been eating bad, right? And he goes through and tells me about the eating bad, and like you feel it every time you do, and like it goes hand in hand with it. I've always, this is Drew telling me that my hands are wrong. I always wondered why people talk about exercise has to go with a diet, because if you're doing the diet right, the exercise comes as second nature. It's kind of, and one, it makes you feel good about yourself, gives you a little innuendo and a high. But I'm all over the board here. The chains are designed to help you pick, though it comes off quickly, but as you pick up, you pick more and more weight off the ground, so it gets heavier as you get up to the top. And it's something for people like me that struggle with the weight right away. It's there to kind of slowly get you into it. I think each chain weighs about 25 pounds, so once I have the weight all the way up, I'm pressing about 90 pounds. It's not much, especially for a guy my size, but you got to start somewhere. And we're going for reps more than we are maxing out, because one, it gets my cardio up. I don't know if you can see my legs moving there, but like that's me trying to psych my body up to do this, because I don't want to do this at all. And like if you notice on the chains there, we've added 2 10-pound weights, so we added that. So this is a little over 100 pounds, and this is actually more than I did at the start. But Drew was helping me a little bit there, and like I was really burned out. I do 4 sets of 10. So I do 40 reps on it, and then we go doing other chest workouts, because this is actually a chest day in itself. And as you see right there, I had to stop for a little while because it felt like my arms were going to bust. But there's me struggling. But we go into other chest workouts. I'm not going to show all of them, but this is one that I have to do. You get an 18-pound medicine ball or Dynamax ball, and you have to kind of like throw it up and catch it at the same time. When you're really tired, sometimes trainers will catch the ball for you and hand it back to you, and you have to throw it up again. But this is another good workout to come down off of a chest exercise. Another thing is you can take those little small hand weights, and you can kind of like lift them above your head. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put some of that in the video as well. So I have it. I didn't want to use it, but it really fucks with you. And like this entire workout, I felt sluggish. I felt sluggy. I felt really like I wasn't there. I was very unhappy with this workout that I did today, and I think a lot of it comes from my bad eating, and it's a reminder that you have to eat good if you want to perform good. And because I was getting tired before I usually would get tired, and you can see the sluggishness in everything I do. You can see the hand speed and the boxing go down. You can see the reps. I needing help on the reps where I generally don't need help on the reps. And this is just from a couple days of eating bad. But there is good news. We did the tell of the tape today, and I've lost 5.5 inches on my waist. over the last week. Incredible. Thank you guys for continually supporting my videos, and I hope you guys continue to check around. If you haven't leave a like or subscribe, please subscribe. I do these workout videos 3 times a week, and hopefully I will add some more videos in with it too. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Audi 5000. What up, my dudes? It's your homeboy Wings of Redemption, and I'm really excited about this game. It's one of those games that I really wanted to share with you. Very rarely do I get to the point where I'm ready to share games, and overall, like noticing the upload videos, I haven't really been too excited about most of the games I get on Ghost. There are two or three types of games that you get on Ghost. You get either direct 100% blowouts, or you get connection fest losses. And this is one of those rare times where you actually get to come back. Let me talk about the gun I'm using here a little bit. This is the SA-805, and initially I hated this gun. Hated it to death. One of the first kits I picked was, when I got my Xbox 360 copy of Ghost, was the Rifleman class, which is what I usually went to. I mean, every other time I've ever played Call of Duty, the Rifleman class was generally the best class to start with. So I went to it, and it had one of these, and I hated the gun. And so I quickly went to the S2010, SA2010, or was it SC2010? I don't know. Regardless, the other generic assault rifle. But lately, after doing clan wars and playing search and destroy and going up against some very high caliber people, I find like with a tracker sight or a VMR sight, the SA-2010 is very predictable on the recoil, and it's a very high damaging gun. It's almost like a Scar H from Modern Warfare 2 like, so you can kill people really quickly. So close to medium range, if you're accurate, the gun is very good. But that's hard. It's hard to determine what accuracy actually means in a game like Call of Duty Ghost or Call of Duty in general, where most guns in the game kill between 2 and 4 bullets. And generally, it's all about a mix between fire rate and firepower, or in accuracy is like that. Most of the guns that are really good in the games, let's go back and look at them, like the ACR from Modern Warfare 2, low damage, high accuracy. What was good in Modern Warfare 3? The ACR again, you know, low, high accuracy, high damage. It was very good on that realm. But the Black Ops 2, you had the XM8 and you had the AN94, but you understand the idea. It's hard to determine. Like, I can't tell you that this gun's going to beat most guns, but I find that when I'm playing with it, the only gun that can seem to beat me consistently is the Remington. And in my opinion, the Remington is the best gun in this game because it's the Galil Black Ops 1. That's pretty much what it is. It's just a really good gun. But if you notice the score here, we're losing the entire time this game is taking effect. And this is one of those weird games because the game before, these guys were capable of making me go -8. For those you don't know, I'm like a 4 KD player on Black Ops Ghost. Not Black Ops Ghost, fucking Call of Duty Ghost. I'm around a 4 KD player. I'm around the 4th Prestige. I don't really play that often, but I'm pretty good at holding a KD on this game. And when I go negative, something tragic happens. I don't have a temper like I used to anymore. I've noticed that. But when I go negative, something drastically wrong has happened. So what I ended up doing, was like, wow, these guys put me negative. So I look at their stats, I'm like, these guys must be fucking monsters. And these guys are like 2 KD, 2.1 KD. You know, they're above average. They're above average players. They kill more than they die. But I'm like, these guys are outgunning me like a motherfucker. So the first thing I wrote it off on was, well, these guys must be that 1% of the game where you just get a shitty connection against the people you're playing and you get trumped on because of it. And don't kid yourself, Call of Duty is a connection-based game. I've seen people, I made a video back in Black Ops 1 showing a guy that went fucking like 0-38, and then the next game he went 40-1. Why? Because in between games he got the host. Call of Duty is a very connection-heavy game. So I stepped into this game and I'm like, alright, TDM, you're in my ballpark now, bitch. This is where I rule. This is where my stomping grounds are. Team Deathmatch. And everybody knows me. I'm a Team Deathmatch player. And a lot of that was forged from YouTube itself. I used to be a domination type player, or war specifically. And people got tired of seeing me not play the objective. I'm like, well, fuck y'all. I'll play TDM. I'm always playing the objective now. So I'm using my sound whore off here, and you see I'm viciously pre-firing a lot. Just watch the way I pre-fire people, and that's mainly because I know the connection disadvantages at myself, and we're down like fucking 17 kills right now, and like it's like, oh my god, this game is so out of reach, and the morale's going down. We're actually in a party right now. Morale's heading down, but I'm like, dogs, don't get down. I'm on a streak. It's coming. I got you, Playboy. I got you. So I move up here. I'm trying to get those kills because you can see right here in that solar panel, you see him pushing through to get to the B dom area. Look at that vicious. I pre-sprayed the shit out of him, dude. Like I had to. These guys had such a good connection advantage against me, so I just tried to mimic it. And then like, look here, I'm like, oh, this is so depressing. And then I fuck up and hit. That was such a good spot on the top of the solar panel room where he hit me there. Come up, get another kill though. I'm like, all right, fuck it, one off the helicopter. And then there's this dude. I'm spraying wildly. I get the battle hind. So I'm like, bam, 3 kills off. I'm looking at the score. I'm like, all right, we've closed the gap a little bit. I'm sitting there telling my people, stay alive. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. That's all I was saying over time. Just give me a chance. Because I know the helicopter's up. They're not shooting it down. I'm hoping to catch 1 or 2 people off guard. I'm on the other side of the map by myself. They're going to be spawning around me. If you look at the mini map right here, it's going to happen. And we end up, my helicopter ends up getting this last kill, and I go straight to the scout helo. It happens like right about here. I'm like, oh man, look at this. This guy gets away. I'm like, fuck. Why you get away, son? Where you going? So the helicopter does end up picking up somebody right here. We're 4 down right now. 3 down. We're coming back. These guys are losing their 2 down. Scout helo coming in. Luckily, the scout helo does not win this game for us. What it does do is allows me to start calling people out like a motherfucker. I think I pick up 1, maybe 2 kills out of the scout helo in total. But I started calling them out like it was my day job. Basically, I'm like, 5 in the B building. 5 in the B building. And they all end up getting crowded in B search is what I call this area. The bunker or B search. And I like there's 3 deep. They end up being 5 deep. I think they even get 6 deep at one point here. Because they end up clearing them out this area. And it ends up getting us the win. There's the second kill I get with the scout helo. Just working on it. Just trying to get whatever kill I can get with this thing. Look at all the yellow guys right there. They're just there, tunnel ratting it up, trying to survive. But it was a good, solid game from both teams, and I wanted to share this thing with you guys. Tell me what you thought about it. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. I'm out at 5,000. Peace, motherfuckers. That's 198. Look at your boy shining like a fucking diamond. 27. Hey, I don't know how many of you guys watch my latest Call of Duty video, but, you know, it fucking bothers me. It does. And it's one of the reasons I quit posting COD as much as I used to. YouTube has changed in the last year or so, and I guess it happened underneath me. Because right now, like 60% of the people that commented on that video want to talk about how me camping is a thing. It's like, oh, come on, fucking dude. Seriously? You come on my videos and talk about camping. I've been camping since I started YouTube. My fucking channel name is Intense Camping Productions. What the fuck are you on? It is not hard to hold a 2KD. I can do that shit rushing with a pistol. 2KD is a low barometer. Step your fucking game up. Seriously. I mean, good lord. People act like 2KD is like this holy grail. Motherfucker, dude, it's not hard to hold a 2KD rushing. You know why? Because running into bad players isn't hard. I can find bad players left and right. When I post a gameplay, and the gameplay I posted yesterday was something I was very proud of, was against strong players. I wasn't against your everyday player that you run up against. And guess what? Skill-based matchmaking is in Ghost. You don't believe me? Get one of your friends that has a .3 KD. I have one. His name's Chuck. He's a .3 KD. When I play with him, I destroy everything in his lobby. The kids don't have no chance against me. When I host a lobby, you run into people that are actually good at the game. That actually know how to play. That can use these right here. This motherfucker right here. This is called a controller. You see this? This is a controller. What does this do? This manipulates characters on your screen over there. And when I use this controller, I'm facing good motherfuckers.
I don't know. It's just one of those things, dude. And it's like, why are you trashing me, dude? I don't even play Call of Duty that often. But the fact is, my skill level is so high in Call of Duty that I get placed against good players. I associate myself with winners. Why do I associate myself with winners? Because when you associate yourself in real life with winners, you are more likely to be a winner yourself. Just like right now in life. Look at me in life. I'm losing weight, skinny. Well, I'm not skinny yet, but I'm losing weight, and all this on the side. And why am I losing weight? Because I took myself out of a negative environment, put myself in a winning environment. You're a negative motherfucker, dude. If you want to come on my videos and talk about camping, you're a negative motherfucker. Because it doesn't matter how somebody plays the game. It doesn't. You act like I sat in a corner the entire time and hoped that 27 kills walked in front of me. No, I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly where I was at in the traffic pattern. I knew exactly where my team was at. I knew that through where my team was going to be at, where the traffic would be coming from. That's how I'm aimed down sight. People are like, you only got this because I didn't get lucky, motherfucker. I didn't get lucky. Lucky ain't what created those kills. You create your own luck. I was aimed down sight because I knew that motherfucker was coming. Why? Where's that motherfucker at? Where's that one motherfucker at? Where's it at? Can't seem to find it right now. Oh, here it is. Here it is. See this? It's an Astro headset. That's what this is. You know what these are for? They're not for screaming out "Fag!" in your damn lobby. You know what these are for? I put these on my head like this, and I turn my Vicks amp up, and the shit goes, and I can hear motherfuckers. I can hear them. And I'm like, oh, I look like this right here. I'm like, oh, he's coming from that water. Aimed outside. Click, 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 click. Look at my. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's the skill. That's exactly how it's done. Motherfuckers on here, on my video, acting like I'm like the Antichrist or some shit. It's not hard. Video games aren't hard. I mean, if you use your brain and you don't have this ADHD Ritalin induced, oh my god, explosions every 5 goddamn seconds, you could have a 4KD too. And yeah, I use the term KD because KD is a barometer. If you tell yourself it isn't a barometer, you're a fool. How many times have people came into my lobby or promised me they were just like this? I'm a beast. I just fool around. I've been doing this shit 6 years, dude. You know how many of those people I've tried out? Hundreds. Hundreds. You know how many times they're actually a beast? 0%. But when a motherfucker shows up in my lobby with a 3KD and he says he's a beast, that's like a 90% ratio that he actually is a beast. There is that 10% that isn't a beast that have bad stats, because finding bad players in Call of Duty lobbies is not hard. I can take an XMG and run around against bad players all day and hold a 2KD. Wouldn't even sweat my back. But I don't like 2KDs. I like 3. I like 3.5. Matter of fact, I like 4. I'd rather have 5. 5 is what I'm going for. I'm in the middle of the road. I am failing at where I would like to be at. But that's that, dog. You can go there and you can stay in your head of rage. You can sip on that motherfucker all you goddamn want. You got me over here ghetto as shit. You can sit there and hate all you goddamn want. It ain't gonna change the fact that you're not improving as a player. And you're like, oh, there's motherfucker, there's NASCAR players out there, NASCAR drivers out there that can drive better than you. That don't mean shit. Don't judge me against pro players. I'm not a pro player. I'm a guy that likes to play the game with his pals, and I like to share it on the internet. That's who the fuck I am. That's who I've always been. I've never been a pro player. But you know what? I am a damn good player. And fuck you. Hey guys. You know, it's been a while since I started this boot camp thing. I was down technically, it's the end of January. It is January 22nd. I don't want to get that wrong. I don't keep track of the days very well. But I've been doing this since October 22nd. So November 22nd, December 22nd, January 2nd. So it's 3 months in of working out. I am currently about 388, 387 pounds, somewhere in that ballpark. And numbers haven't been as fast as I'd like them to be. But like I said, you know, I'm working out, I'm losing inches. I've lost
my pants don't even fit no more. I mean, I pretty much, every time you see me, I'm in like these shorts. And another thing cool about these shorts is these didn't fit when I went to Kyle's. Well, they fit, but they were really tight and they're really uncomfortable. But now, very loose. Shirt's very loose. But what I wanted to do this video right here today for was, I kind of missed my workout session. I kind of did. And I feel bad. I didn't miss it. I forgot to record it. I forgot my camera. I was in a rush. Some things came up in the house. Went in a rush, walked out the house. By the time I realized I hadn't had my camera with me, I was like, fuck. I didn't have time to turn around. I was going to miss my session. And I'm like, fuck it. I'll do a video on after the fact. So what are we doing this video on today? Well, the video I want to do today is the sit-up video. I'm only going to do 20. But if you guys remember, or you go back, I couldn't do 20 before. How well have I gained, and what gains have I gotten since the last time you seen me in sit-up wise? This is after 3 months of personal training, 1 from Kyle and Kitty, and 2 from Drew. This is where I'm at today. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I figure I'd make a quick video. Ready? Didn't break a sweat at all. I was dead tired last time I did that. What do you guys? Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you another audio commentary today. And this is gym updates. I'm really happy where my gym progress is, but keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that you're seeing is stuff towards the end where I'm already dead tired. And I want to go ahead and talk about some of my feelings about the gym and how stuff is working. A lot of people are concerned about me actually doing weightlifting and things of that nature, saying that won't help me lose weight. I'm in no rush to take the weight off. I'm more about doing this as a life goal. And part of the things that make me feel better, and some of the things that I see, is gaining physical strength. One of the things I learned quickly is that when you can see results, or you can feel results, or even more important, that it makes you want to stick to things better. I find that if I go to the refrigerator and my chest is sore, every time I want to reach for something and pick up that Coca-Cola or pick up that, bag of chips or something like that, I feel that soreness and be like, dude, I've wasted, all this time was wasted for nothing. And like you almost get to the point where you desire to be sore. Like like if I go to the gym one day and I don't come home sore, next time I go to the gym, I'll be like Drew, Adam, or whoever's with me that day. I'll be like, dude, I wasn't sore on our last session. Can we put it a little bit harder? And one of the things that we've been working on recently to try to get me to get almost to a crisis level is we've been getting to the point where we do station to station. And I really like station to station work. And it's the stuff of nightmares for fat people, to be perfectly honest. Why is it the stuff of nightmares? Well, you're tired to begin with. You're doing different things, and then you got to do 3 things at once. You've seen a couple of stations work with Adam. Adam was the first time I actually experienced station-to-station work. So my body went into shock instantly, and like it just couldn't handle it. But like, for example, there, at the beginning of the video, you see me rolling the sled and then going straight into suicides. Even though I walk partial of the suicides, it's still good. My heart's going. I'm keeping my heart aerobic. I'm basically constantly moving and constantly forcing my body to burn fat through crisis energy. which basically almost is like a fight or flight survival instinct. And then there's other things for cardio, like hitting the tire with the hammer, and then we're going to actually go into the actual weightlifting part. For those that are interested, currently I'm doing bench presses of 85 pounds. We're going back to another section of this. We did about 30 or 40 minutes of the sled pull and suicide. But bench pressing wise, I'm about 85 pounds, but I feel like I'm ready to go up to 95 or even 100. Mainly because this session today, I felt like I was so much stronger, and it's a vindicating feeling. It's like this thing that stressed me out and hurt me so bad, I can do, 4 reps of 10 or even 12 sometimes, and it won't bother me at all. And keep in mind, I'm doing all this in one day, and like it makes me feel good to see my cardio go so high and go through the roof. And then, but cardio wise, I'm very happy where I'm at. Even though I'm a big guy, even though a lot of people can do more cardio than I can, I feel like for a guy my size, my cardio is somewhere at the best it can be right now. Honestly, I feel like I'm at the best I've ever felt in my life in a physical condition way, as far as I can remember. But nutrition. After the session, Drew sat down with me and we went through a long talk about nutrition. Because we're both concerned with me not losing weight as well as I should, mainly because of my diet. So I basically kept a food journal this week and wrote down everything unbiasedly, and we went over it, and Drew came to the conclusion I wasn't eating good enough, but I wasn't eating enough, period. So what we're basically doing is he set me a new nutrition schedule up, and instead of listing what kind of foods I should eat, he just lists what type of food I should eat. For example, wake up 7 a.m. cereal, fruit. Wait, at 10 a.m. I'm gonna eat another piece of fruit and a piece of toast. At like 2:30 p.m. It's time to start putting the protein in there. Protein shake, piece of toast, and some vegetables. And fruit early, vegetables later. And just kind of cut carbohydrates out toward the end of the day. And like just doing it for one day, I can feel my stomach burning continually, and I feel like this I feel like success. That's what it feels like. Arnold Schwarzenegger says if it's burning, it's growing. That's the opposite when you're trying to lose stomach fat. If your stomach's burning, that means your stomach's shrinking, and it's a feeling that I strive for. But yeah, I go to the gym again tomorrow. I'm trying to flip my sleep schedule around so I can have a daytime sleep schedule, because I find that when I'm up at night, I tend to eat more when I don't have people around. So I'm going to try to flip over to the day, and still being very successful. I will be signing all the guys that donated to the Indiegogo. I will be signing their posters and postcards towards the end of this month. And we're a little behind on them, and a lot of that's my fault, so I apologize, but we are getting your stuff to you, and hopefully everybody is happy with their donations that are being spent. I know I'm happy that you're willing to donate and willing to give me a second chance at life. Thank you for your contributions, and thank you for your continued support.
What is up, guys? Patrick here for How I Became, and today I'm talking to Jordie Jordan, or Wings of Redemption. So, Jordie, how did you become Wings of Redemption?
I was working a dead-end factory job up at MetGlass, and during the 2008 housing market crash, they started laying people off, and one of the people that got laid off was me, because I was one of the newer employees, and I was also getting paid more than most of the employees on the factory floor, mainly because of some of my schooling. And so I was one of the first to go, since I was the least important in the staff. So I got laid off. And during that period, I was on something in America called unemployment. Unemployment is basically like government aid that gives you money to get you through till you find a new job. During this period, I'm like, I was unsure if I had a job or not anymore. I didn't know if they'd rebound, if they'd recover, if I was going to be able to go back to the job that I had. So I started thinking about life, and I started thinking about what what would be best for me and what I would like, because I hated my job. I seriously did. I did not like doing what I did, and I thought I was going to like doing what I did when I picked that career path. So just before this happened, I started getting into sniper montages with my buddy Z7 Taylor, and we both went out and got capture cards. Well, we both got dazzles. I still have my original dazzle in the closet. And what happened was I couldn't stand playing on the dazzle since I played on an HD TV, and I kind of jumped ahead of the game. And going back to a dazzle only hooks up standard definition, so I found it really hard to play on the standard definition and record at the same time. But I wanted to record because I seen Taylor and his channel, and I loved reading the comments. So I'm like, damn. So I went on eBay and I was looking for other game recording devices, and then I found a thing called a Hyapog HD PVR, and I'm like, this has got to be it. So I took the risk and I bought it. It was like $200 brand new, and it came in. And then at that time I started recording in HD, so I put it up on my channel. And at the time, Z7 Taylor was small too, but his montages got noticed by a guy named Hutch's Yo Daddy, and Hutch basically gave Taylor a shout out, and that kind of trickled down to me. Taylor got like 10,000 subs off Hutch's shout out, and then I got 1,000 off Z7 Taylor's shout out, and that pretty much started my channel. And then luckily I jumped in right toward the end of World at War, and I got a lot of serious hard followers in, and then it kind of just cascaded over to Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 2 really blew up, and I blew up with it. And then shortly after that, Machinima sparked, and then I was on the Machinima front page, and that's how my channel came to exist. And I've been doing it for 6 years now. Weapons. One, three. No, you cannot be a mod. Alright, I'm vilified. Yay. Single shotgun, 20 gauge round, nitro. Where's your homeboy at?
Hey, where the hell do you think you're...
How is the audio compared to the game, since there actually have been gunfire fights now? Got your bitch ass. I was waiting on him to do exactly what he did, pull that dynamite out. So I wasn't playing dumb there.
I've got you now.
Alright, let's get this dynamite out. Uh-oh. Oh, that ain't cool. Enjoy.
Like
Alright. I gotta somehow get through this. Oh, thank goodness for a critical hit.
You like that?
And he had to reload. Get fucked up, son. Alright. Got 35. Speech goes up 5. Lockpick goes up. I need to lockpick to 25. Rapid reload.
Cut it out, will you?
Alright, there we go.
I don't suppose you...
Let's see, you're free. Stay with me, playboy. Alright, let's do this. There's always going to be a guy sleeping up here. Uh-oh. Okay, fuck it. Slow me down. They still killed him. I can never get Deputy Beagle through this part.
Like that?
More 9mm bullets. That's what I'm talking about. Take your leg out. Take that driver's wheel away, buddy. Rifle and more grenades. And the rest of the game should be easy as shit.
Holy shit!
Oh, bad throw.
Damn!
She's right in front of me? Come on now, don't do that. Well, I got her. Medic.
Hey!
I want to put the most bullets into this one. Put one into that one. Alright, her head's crippled. Her head's not. Oh, fuck it, let's shoot on the leg. I'm not working with a speedrun strat at all. Oh shit, I forgot about these guys. Oh shit. When's the last time I loaded? I started talking about the subscription button. I think last time I loaded was coming out the police station. Yeah. So let's just cut across to Nipton and then come back to the Mojave.